Hi, once again we are back on Ek Bun Soch Ki Tea Talk Train of Thought. In each and every episode, we try and bring in prominent personalities on Tea Talk to share their experience. We feel on Tea Talk the word of personal experience, the word of encouragement, the word of reassurance, the word of comfort, and the word of knowledge. It goes a long way in eliminating the negativity which is there. Experts they come and share their experience on this platform. Today we are having with us Dr. Neil Sequeira on Tea Talk platform. Sir, welcome to Tea Talk. Thanks a lot
Pleasure,
for
sir.
making
Pleasure.
it in spite of your being busy schedule.
It's a pleasure.
A small brief introduction of Dr. Neil Sequeira. He is an experienced vice president in human resource, basically into HR leadership, a strong HR professional into hospital and the health industry, and then on HR leadership, basically on business development, organization development, recruitment, and training. And as far as education goes, he did his diploma in electronic engineering and then EPGP from IIM Kozhikode, fellowship management from IISW BM Kolkata, and then MS Psychology from University of Madras, MA in Personal and Industrial Relationship. And as far as experience which goes, he started his career with Siemens Limited, Netherlands, and then now he's an head and he's an CEO of Head and Neck Cancer Institute. Sir, once again, welcome. Now, in fact, on this Tea Talk platform, like the expert comes and share their own experience from which the target audience they draw a meaningful learning life. And your journey has been very interesting. And our target audience would like to know, like, from the education, from your education qualification till the first job, what was your experience?
First of all, sir, thank you very much for having me on the show.
It's a pleasure.
Honestly, most of my education and my career was never planned, to be very honest with you. I would be a perfect example of somebody who just went on doing whatever came onto his way. I became an engineer because my father wanted me to become an engineer. On hindsight, I always thought, though I worked with one of India's best companies at that point of time, Siemens, I never thought that I was a great engineer because I was surrounded by very, very brilliant people. At that point of time, people used to say, that was the time where, in the 90s, where engineers started thinking of management. Otherwise, engineers were always engineers. Mm-hmm. So I did a small little management program and then got into purchase and, accidentally got into HR and I just went on doing, honestly. Mm-hmm. Probably I was reckless, probably I was naive. But most important, I think God has been kind. He has rewarded my work in whatever work I have done. Mm-hmm. And whatever came my way, I actually went on doing it diligently, sir. Mm-hmm. So normally when people come to me for career advice, I tell them I'm not the man to talk to about career advice and career planning. Mm-hmm. And it's been good, sir. It's been good.
Okay, but कुछ ऐसा था आपको कुछ बनना था? Like maybe into X.
I'll tell you. Honestly, I wanted to be a manager. You'll find this shocking. Mm-hmm. My ambition was to be a manager. Mm-hmm. And I remember I was so happy. I think it was in 93 or 94 when I became assistant manager. I thought that, I have come so close to this thing, and I just wanted to feel at that point of time how it is to manage 4 or 5 people, and I thought it would be very, very powerful at that point of time. Mm-hmm. But as you do work and as you learn things over and over again, I think over a period of time growth happens. I don't think people I am not criticizing people who work towards their goal, but I am one of those people who believes that if you do your work passionately every day, with 100% dedication, and you have the virtue of work in you, things happen to you over a period of time. And when it came to my career, I am extremely, patient, you say, I would still call myself not very ambitious.
Mhm.
And probably that's why I'm a little different compared to other professions.
But one thing which is there, the learning path which was there, like you did your engineering and then you went and did your PG in materials management. Then you went for further studies. You went to EPGP. You did from Cozy Code for value addition, like So at each and every phase, you went ahead with the value addition learning concept.
That is very true. That is one advice I always have for young professionals. That whatever you do, you should have interest in that.
Mhm.
I see it many a times that in today's scenario especially, whether you're in any kind of business, you should have a lot of interest when it comes to the business. You should have a lot of interest about learning about the function.
Mhm.
You should have a lot of capability. You get to learn from people. Ironically, many a times we look upwards for learning.
Mhm.
Many people think that an engineer learns from his bosses. No, an engineer actually gets the best knowledge from the workmen who do it
From the shop
from
floor
the shop
itself.
floor, from the welder. I'm currently constructing a site, a hospital, and my engineers there learn from the masons because they do it day in, day out. They know the shortcuts. They know exactly what they're doing. They become experts in their field.
Mhm.
Probably because of the lack of qualification, they have not been where they are.
Mhm.
So that is a very, very important thing for everybody to learn. Rather than looking at somebody up to learn,
Mhm.
you get to actually learn from people down the line. Another very important thing is that it also motivates people down the line.
Mhm.
That there's somebody who's above us, who's coming and talking to us, and who's trying to understand what we do, and who's trying to learn from us.
Mhm.
So I always looked at people under me to learn things what I ultimately learned
In Siemens, you started as an basically into an as an
as an
engineer
engineer.
commissioning, like.
Yeah.
So at that point of in time, what was your experience like?
Oh, I don't think I was a great engineer. I mean, when I look back, of course, that time I had different ideas,
Mhm.
but it was a very great organization. It is a very great organization. I had some great friends, great mentors. They are all across the globe right now. One thing I learned in that organization is that the first time I understood how collaborative technology works. You want to set up a cement plant or a steel plant. How many inputs go into it, and how many engineers work towards it, and how it is planned, and how finally every engineering requirement is finally to help production and increase the output for company.
Mhm. And then you went into materials management, like.
Oh yeah,
So what made you get into
that's
materials
a great
management?
story. That's a great story. So I'll tell you, I actually fell ill. I told you my career is like a story.
Mhm.
So I fell ill. Okay, I had a major attack of hepatitis.
Mhm.
Siemens, of course, had policies, and my job was 24/7. I was roaming all over the country.
Mhm.
Siemens had policies that time that I asked them that I want a job in Bombay. They said no, we can't put you permanently in Bombay.
Mhm.
So I joined Nirlon. Okay.
Okay.
I joined Nirlon as an inspection engineer.
Mhm.
And I went there. First day, everybody was very surprised. Who's this guy from Yappy from Siemens who's come, who wants to, work in a company like Nirlon? And when I went there and I met the personnel manager, he said, "See, that department has not been set up. We're still setting up the department. There is a place in sales where we'll put you a chair, and there's a place in purchase where you can sit. You don't have to do anything. Just sit over there till the department starts." I went into that purchase department and I sat there. I was a pure techie guy, and there was a gentleman, Mr. Bhide, who used to sit in front of me, and another couple of colleagues. And I used to go bonkers looking at them, speaking on the phone all the time. All the terminology was new, MODVAT and excise and sales tax and purchase order and pro forma invoice. You know what, sir? The inspection department never started. I got stuck there. Fortunately or unfortunately for me, I never got a job at that point of time. anyone else would have thought, a career shift, this, that, etc. I decided to learn what was there, and I did extremely well in purchase. And then I started enjoying what I did, honestly. I believe very strongly that, people normally crib, that I don't enjoy this, I don't enjoy that. Once you start doing things, and if you actually you start looking at things from a very different way, you learn to enjoy whatever you do. It's like life, it's like relationships,
Correct.
And I then went on to do my post-graduation in materials management. I cracked a very difficult exam called CPM in first attempt. I ultimately went on to become one of the executive committee members of the Indian Institute of Materials Management. For a man who accidentally landed in purchase, that is how it is.
Oh, so it's a passion which drives to love what you love the most. I think that you should do,
Yeah.
Okay, good. I think on Tea Talk, we started with an interesting story of Dr. Neil Sequeira. Many a times we do discuss about a goal setting, that how we should take our career ahead as such. Many a times, if you've got a passion like in doing certain things, I think you can drive up the ladder faster. Like, it's very interesting to know more from Mr. Neil Sequeira in the coming episode. So please stay with us on Tea Talk Ek Bun Soch Ke for next episode with Dr. Neil Sequeira.
Yeah.
So thank you very much.
Welcome.